Today we're going to talk about why testing early and testing often is imperative for game development. Coming up. Hey guys, it's Travis Vroman, and for those of you who are new to this channel, I upload daily videos with tips, tricks, and industry advice for game developers. So if this sounds like something that would be useful to you, consider subscribing. So today I want to talk about the importance of testing early and testing often in your games. And by testing early and testing often, I mean also have other people besides just yourself test this. The important thing is you want to get feedback often and as early as possible, even when you are in the process of prototyping your game and you've got just some simple squares on the screen or something, or just moving back and forth just to test mechanics, make sure things work. You want to be running that by people. You want to have other people give you feedback on whether or not they think it would be fun to play. Now, obviously, graphics and whatnot aren't really important at the super early stages of a game, and that's okay. This isn't really talking about that kind of testing. But you want to start testing your product as early as you possibly can in the development cycle. As soon as you've got a heartbeat on your product, you want to be testing it. If you have people that do testing for you on a regular basis, you want to run it by them as soon as you've got a build. As soon as you're at the point where you can actually open up an application and do something with it, you want them to be hitting it. And the reason is because you want to be able to find bugs and you want to be able to find holes in your logic or your game mechanic as early as possible. Because if you get really far into the development cycle and then you find out there's a fatal flaw in the entire concept of your game, that's a really bad thing, and oftentimes it's impossible to recover from and you wind up scrapping the project. And so to avoid that, you want to get in there and start testing it, not only yourself, but especially other people as soon as possible. And the testing often part comes from, you can't just test early and then sort of wait 2 months before you test again. Ideally, you should be testing it every day, and you should have people looking at it every day, or at least every other day, a few times a week minimum. If you have an update that you've checked in code or you've checked in updates to your repo, have somebody test it. Once you have a heartbeat, you shouldn't be breaking your game. You should be testing that game every single time there's an update made to it, just to make sure that everything is still cohesive and holds together properly. And if you maintain this, you will spot bugs or potential design flaws in your game very early on and be able to adjust them before you're too far down the line to do something about it. All right, so that's pretty much it. Just make sure that you test early, test often, have external people test your stuff, and it will prevent a lot of pain in your game development process. So thank you guys very much for watching. If you haven't already, consider subscribing, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Today we're going to talk about why testing is super important. No, we're not. I upload daily videos on industry